Hello and welcome back to another video on Diablo 4. So today is a completely different topic. We are going way into the social realm, which I never really wander into because people are insane and crazy. So I normally typically just ignore people and do my own thing. But this is outrageous to me. This Pauls Tassi guy, I did not do previous Gen Diablo seasons, and I do not fully get it. If I don't want to level season specific characters from scratch, can I still use my permanent ones to progress the battle pass? No, yeah, I ain't doing that then. Long-term goal is everyone to get 100 and wait for expansions, I guess. Thought, yeah, I get the battle pass. The aspects, hey Paul, take part of the seasonal quest lines, mechanics of season journey, and the pass. You will need to create a new seasonal character. Playing the campaign, the seasonal character, if you desire or need to finish, will progress the season journey and the battle pass. So this has always been a thing in ARPGs. This is literally like, I think of it this way: an ARPG is like a well-aged marriage. Okay, you got to be kinky every couple of months. You got to get kinky and do some things out of the norm to keep the relationship going and interesting. You know, to keep your partner and yourself excited and to enjoy that relationship, right? Well, think of it as the game. Seasons are that kink, right? They're that spice that you add every 3 months, and without that, the game, you don't want infinite progression. You don't want more levels. You don't want to scale progression towards you. And so let's read some of these casual gamers replies. I'm a new Diablo player and a new dad. I only maybe have an hour a day to play the game. An hour a day, bro. If that. So my current character is only 11. Wait, what? Bro, it's the 21st. The game came out, what, I was able to play on like the 4th or something, the 1st or something. Yeah, you should be at least level like 70, bro. Maybe like 50. This guy's stream casual gamer. I'm just gonna ignore this comment. Yo, Elon, can you just remove this Twitter comment, please? Thanks. It's offensive. No, you should definitely play. The new season mechanics feature come after the campaign is complete, so you should focus on completing it now, so you can just skip it when the season starts, since you only ever need to complete the campaign once. Okay, so this is confusing a lot of people. He's saying, no, you should definitely play. The new season mechanics comes after you complete the campaign once, so you should focus on completing it now, so you can just skip it when the season starts. So is Rod saying that if we complete the season, or I'm sorry, the campaign now in our eternal progression, it's going to carry into the season? I'm not okay with that. But I'm not a casual gamer, and I'm not okay with that. We shouldn't have any progression when the season starts. The season should just be like, right now what I'm looking at is this is like the practice, like / beta for the season play. The game doesn't actually start until the season comes out. Okay, so when the season releases, I was hoping we'd have to do everything over again. I was hoping we'd have to do the entire campaign, all the side quests, all 115 dungeons again. I was hoping we'd have to do all of it. Honestly, that was my hopes. And it looks like Rod's saying that's not the case. So, I mean, I guess that's... Dude, how more casual can you get if your eternal progression on campaign carries over to the season play? Like, they're making it really easy. This is the most casual, friendly season I've ever seen. So, yeah. Like, dude, there's no complaining down here. And then we got Mr. Big Man himself, Quinn, over here. He replied to this, to Paul's like garbage ass question. He was like, "It's insane to me that so many people don't realize that seasons are and what they make ARPGs so replayable and hyped." So he's right. This is back to the marriage thing, like keeping your marriage, you know, alive every few months by adding some like kinky, spicy thing to it. You know, whatever. Exactly what he's saying here. He's saying that after 3 months in a season, you know, players like me and Quinn, we achieve. Well, Quinn, I don't know. He got boosted after dying in hardcore. But at least props to him for playing hardcore. I don't know how these guys are dealing with the disconnects and stuff like that and bugs, etc. desync, whatever. Like I couldn't, I don't have the mentality for that. So anyways, congrats to Shroud on 100 though. Yeah, so I mean, dude, he's right. He's 100% right. Like, the replayability of the season is that the season is reset. The journey of the season, the fun of seasons is who can figure out the best builds for this season, who can beat the season mechanics with the ease, who how can you progress this season differently from last. If they add new gear, that changes builds completely. If they tweak abilities, if they buff or nerf abilities, that'll change season play. If they add a new character, that'll change season play. There's so many things that affect seasonal play. And then, like, the changes to Nightmare Dungeons are, supposed to be implemented before season 1, aka they're buffing Nightmare Dungeon experience, drops, etc. to make them more desirable to run. So if they do that, that right there changes the entire meta of the current game right now, because the current game right now is the fastest way to level is Alder's Cave, obviously, the one I found like 3 weeks ago, Alder's Cave. And then once you get to 89 solo from Alder's Cave, and/or you can group Champion's Demise. 3-man group Champion's Demise is BIS until 89. And once you're 89, you're just going to go roll a Blind Burrows 50+ map, and then you're just going to spam Blind Burrows, reset Blind Burrows Nightmare method, and then once you are done, every few runs you want to check your map and then do Legion. Legion gives you anywhere from 500 to 1.3 million XP per Legion event, and you get more if you get the campfire buff, etc. So that's the meta, literally. So it's literally solo grind to 89 and/or group to 89, Alder's Cave and/or Champion's Demise, and then you switch over to Nightmare Dungeons. Blind Burrows seems to be the best. 50. I tend to try to do 51 or higher, 51 to 54. Those are good sigil levels for 89 plus. And then from there, you just add in Legion every time it's off cooldown and just do your Legion. And so what I'm saying is, if they change Nightmare Dungeon XP and stuff like that, it might be more profitable, and it's just a faster route if you go to Nightmare Dungeons, for example, at like level 40 or 50 instead of opposed to 60 or 70. Now, a lot of the builds in Diablo don't turn on until about 60 or 70-ish, so it's going to be a little more risky to go in a Nightmare Dungeon earlier than that if you're on hardcore. But that's the excitement of seasons, is we don't know what mechanics they're adding and/or changing, or both. So that makes the season more exciting, and it's a race. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I love competing against these big names: Quinn, Riker, etc., Shroud, like Woody Joe, Ben, Rob. Like, there's so many really, really good, sweaty, hardcore, no life players that I love to follow, watch. Well, not Riker. I watch Quinn, Shroud, Rob, Ben, and a couple other guys, but I don't really watch Riker. I just don't watch him. So anyways, what I like, the playability is where it's at. You weren't wrong. What are you talking about, Ziz? You're talking about how the replayability is. So yeah, it's just really insane to me that these casual gamers want their non-seasonal characters' progression to carry into seasons. Like, this has always been a thing. Like, let's start recently. Diablo 3. Like, Diablo 3 had this. So if you wanted to participate in seasons and get skins like that, etc., you had to play seasonal play. That was the bottom line. And people, I guess, are brand new to Diablo or just ARPGs and/or video games in general. And yeah, real funny, dude. Just, yeah, whatever, dude. So anyways, like, these casual guys just don't play season. Like, if you don't, like, if you don't want to play the season and you don't want to progress your battle pass, just don't play. There's, like, this has been a thing. You're not going to change it. Blizzard's not going to just be like roll over because Pauls Tassi over here, I'm a casual gamer and I don't want to reprogress in season because I'm a casual gamer. Like, dude, nobody has time for your bullshit. Like, you're not changing the genre. Like I don't understand how so many people are accepting grinding to 100 every 3 months for the next 9 years when Lost Ark shows genre can be so much more than grind dungeon with affixes. I love Diablo, but this is the decade-old philosophy. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, who allowed you to post here? Yeah. Like, I agree with this guy. I never really post, but I'm not gonna read the first part. I understand that D4 has brought a lot of new players that have never touched or understand ARPGs. It seems. To me, a lot of new players in a genre perceive D4 as an MMO and don't understand at all ARPGs have seasons. So if I may clarify, yes, it's normal and part of the game genre to make a character every 3 months. Dude, this is the norm, bro. Since like 2014 or 12 or something when PoE and D3 came out. Jesus. No, you don't have to participate. You will miss out on what the genre offers if you don't. So what he's saying here is, like I said before, if you don't do the season with a seasonal character, you're not going to get the skins, etc., rewards, whatever. It's not an MMO where your one character experiences content drops for in-game purposes only. So what he's saying is, like, there's like in-game raids and Diablo, like world bosses and things like that. The reason they're level 80 and 90, it's because in-game content is supposed to be nightmare dungeons, grinding, and the experience of leveling. And in-game isn't the sole focused to an extent. It's the journey of 1 to 100, finding gear and experiencing new content 1 to 100. So exactly what I just said. That's literally the replayability of seasons and the mechanics of the season, conquering the mechanics, and or just, you know, trying to complete the season as fast as possible, trying new builds, skills, items, etc. The point of the ARG, exciting chasing. Look, dude, this guy is literally me, but it's not. It's building new builds, characters, and finding out gear that supports that build. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if they add new gear and stuff like that, you're gonna have to figure out new builds, etc. D4 isn't reinventing the wheel of seasons. It's just part of the genre. Yeah, dude, that's 100% it. Like, can you guys that are crying about this do research on ARPGs before you try to change the entire game set? Like, imagine going into World of Warcraft and be like, yo, rating sucks. Like, can we just have, like, level progression? Like, only do level progression? Like, what? It's literally the same thing except opposite of what you guys are doing to our game. And when I say our game, because you guys are new to ARPGs, right? So it's definitely not your game. Go back to MMOs. If you're new to this game, welcome and hope you enjoy it. However, this isn't an MMO, and that's a good thing. 100%. It's an ARPG. It's a grindy game. It's meant to be grinding. People constantly keep. I don't get my Tempest Roar. Where's my Tempest Roar? You know, people. This guy found 4 uniques in 4 hours doing my technique on how to farm Shaco. Currently sitting at 87. Probably do blind burrows. Glyphs. Got that. This guy said he had Shaco dropping normal champions. Show me a video. You're lying. No Tempest Roar. No can do. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying, I don't have Tempest Roar, like, this game sucks, I can't get my items, I don't, like, what do I do? Help, I can't get my items. Well, you farm, it's a grindy game, like, you're not guaranteed the drop, it's literally RNG, it's you grind the game. The game is a grind. That is the fun of the game, is the grind. It's like, alright, I'm gonna repetitively grind this dungeon until I get this drop. And then, okay, all right, season just started. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be world first. That's the excitement. Or, oh, this new season's coming out with this, you know, new ability, and I want to master that ability and make the best class out of this ability. I'm going to make the best build out of this ability. Like, that's exciting for me. If you guys don't find that exciting, well, the ARPGs aren't for you. If you don't like grindy games where you grind mindlessly for hundreds of hours for little to no reward, then this game is not for you. Definitely not. Like, go back to MMOs, go play Lost Ark or whatever other trash game you played. But, like, you have to understand ARPGs have been this way since ever. Like, since, like, literally probably before most of you were born. Let's be honest. So, yeah, like, you gotta keep rekindling the game. You gotta keep adding spice to it. You got to add more content, etc. And the best way to present that content is, in my opinion, a fresh start, aka seasons, fresh characters, new rewards, new items, new dungeons, new mobs, etc. So yeah, that's just my short take on this. I know it was kind of long, extended, but yeah. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're growing hella fast. Really appreciate all my support. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.